I want to share about when I first got involved in this movement and in Put People First PA. I was in graduate school and living in poverty, and I didn't have health care. And I got on Medicaid, and that was a struggle. It was a struggle for one because I had to fight what's in my head, all these false narratives that I've been hearing about Medicaid, about what we're talking about human rights, how we don't have a conception of our human rights that's made real in this country. So I had a lot to fight against, in addition to the process of applying and getting and keeping Medicaid, which is a big process. They don't make it easy. And I didn't do this alone. I had people in Put People First PA who were there for me. This was early on when I was first getting organized. They were there agitating me, right? Like, let's fight for this. Let's keep fighting for it. You deserve this. Like, let me tell you about these things we can do to get your application approved. Things I didn't know, things that we don't get taught. I was supported by a collective. And I then used this experience to do the same for others and to build out this tactic of helping apply for welfare benefits in our people's clinics, in our projects of survival, right? Not as an act of charity, but as a way to organize. And we're doing this tactic in the Medicaid Cutoffs Organizing Drive, which is going on right now since the Great Medicaid Purge in 2023, when 25 million Americans lost Medicaid in just 1 year, right? This came very much in handy. And this has served Put People First PA very well in our organizing, this tactic of using the welfare fight to connect with our base and to fight with them and to organize them. And it takes a collective. We can't do this alone. This is about survival and how we have to come together to fight for just our basic human rights. And what I've learned from this is that the attacks on the poor, all of these attacks, the unnecessary death, the criminalization, the cuts to benefits, this is business as usual. That's what I learned through years of doing this and through going through it myself. It's business as usual. We have to see a bigger picture than just right now. And what I've seen is that no matter who's in office, right? No matter if it's pre-COVID pandemic or post-COVID pandemic, the ruling class is taking away all of our rights, piecemeal, right? This is just the trajectory that this country is on. What I've also learned about who are those that can change that trajectory, that will change that direction that we're on. It's those who have the most to gain and the least to lose from a fundamental transformation of our society. And that's who we're after. That's why we're doing these Medicaid signups and these food stamp signups, right? Because these skills, this knowledge, it applies with Medicaid, with food stamps, with lots of things. The welfare system is a big part of our lives. And we can learn and organize those who are most motivated to fight because they have to fight just to survive. Those who are fighting by necessity. So let's focus on those who are fighting because they need to, right? There's no wishy-washiness here. It's like, we got to do something different. There's nothing else. And that's a lesson of how, when I reflect on how I got involved, in the movement to abolish poverty. And I would like everyone to reflect on what brought you into this movement. How did you get involved? Because there's lessons there. There's lessons about how we can build our base of people and unite this leading social force. So let's think about that in ourselves, right? Who are we trying to identify and develop as leaders? Thank you for letting me share.